Join me today to learn how to present our plans in the best possible way. After watching this tutorial, your perspective on presentation will change. Hey friends, hope you're doing great. So, for the first step, I go ahead and choose an A3 size canvas and hit Create. Perfect. Step 1, we need to bring our plan into Photoshop. Just drag and drop the PDF file onto your Photoshop workspace. It looks pretty faint, right? Don't worry, I'll show you how to make it darker and more visible. First of all, I suggest deleting the axis lines. Of course, if you want, you can keep them. But my recommendation is to remove them, since we're aiming for a presentable look, not a technical one. We just want to make it visually appealing. Hit E on your keyboard and click to rasterize the smart object. Select around your plan. Then press Ctrl plus Shift plus I to invert the selection and hit Delete. Step 2. We want to make this plan darker. While staying on the same layer, hit Ctrl plus J. Few times to duplicate the layer, the more copies, the darker it becomes. Feel free to duplicate as many times as you feel necessary. Then, select all the duplicated layers, right-click, and choose Convert to Smart Object. Alternatively, you could select all layers and press Ctrl plus E to merge them first, then convert to a Smart Object. Both methods work just fine. Let me scale this up a bit. Next step, we're going to select the thickness of our walls so we can color them. Press W on your keyboard, then right-click and select Magic Wand tool. Start selecting all the interior wall areas. Let's fast forward a bit for this part. Alright, all selections are done. Quick tip. Don't forget to hold Shift while selecting or activate the second icon on the top left of the toolbar. If you don't, each new selection will cancel the previous one. Unfortunately, the plan I brought in is a Phase 2 plan, so the walls have double lines. I just focused on the inner ones for now. I haven't selected the columns yet. We'll get to that. Once your selection is done, create a new layer. At the bottom of the toolbar, pick any color you want. I'm going with black. After selecting the color, press Alt plus Delete on your keyboard to fill the selected areas with it. Let's double-check to make sure nothing got missed. Oops, looks like some parts were. Just go back to your plan layer, make the selections, then switch to your hatch layer, and hit Alt plus Delete again. And there you go. Everything seems good to go now. Here's a little trick for coloring our columns properly. Watch this. I go to the plan layer. Look at the top left. I can use the rectangular marquee tool to select the columns. Sure, I could use the Magic Wand tool again and select them one by one, but honestly, this rectangular selection is way quicker for this job. So, I'm on the plan layer, then I create a new layer, and I'll name it Walls later. Press Alt plus Delete to fill the selected area. The column area is now colored. Next, I press Ctrl plus Alt plus Shift and drag to make a copy of the selected rectangle. Holding Shift makes sure it moves perfectly straight down. If you take your time and align them properly, it'll make your final result way cleaner. Once I'm done, I select all the layers, click the bottommost one, then hold Shift and click the top layer. Now they're all selected. Now you can either press Ctrl plus E to merge them or right-click and choose Convert to Smart Object. Both will work. Now, I press Alt plus Ctrl plus Shift again and drag the whole group to the next axis. Since these columns are repeated, we can just duplicate them across the plan. Perfect. Finally, select them all again, right-click, and hit Ctrl plus E. Rename the layer to columns. Now we've got one layer for columns and another one for walls, clean and organized. Next step, let's add a background texture. What kind of texture? I recommend exposed concrete, but you can use anything. Some people go with paper textures, others pick whatever feels right visually. I already picked one earlier, so I drag and drop it in. Looks great, but it's a bit too dark, right? Let's fix that. Press Ctrl+L on your keyboard to open the levels adjustment. Then take the left anchor point and drag it to the right. As you move it, you'll notice it changes the brightness. Dragging left makes it brighter, right makes it darker. This setting looks good to me, but of course, you can always adjust it later. Once the texture's brightness is adjusted, we'll choose the colors we want to blend into it. So, look here. We picked two colors, one for the top and one for the bottom of the gradient. I'm going with a slightly darker blue on top. Then click the background swatch below and choose another tone, maybe something complementary. If you don't see the gradient option, right-click on the little three-dot triangle icon down here and select Gradient. Just click and drag from bottom to top, and you'll see the top part gets the dark blue and the bottom stays lighter. Looks awesome. Next step, we want this gradient to apply to our background texture. So what's next? Now we go to the gradient layer, and on the right side, you'll find the blend mode options. Try out the different blend modes and see which one works best visually. In my opinion, overlay tends to give the best result out of all of them. If you still feel like the texture underneath isn't dark enough, just go back to the Levels panel, drag that left anchor point even more to the right to deepen the blacks, but honestly, it looked good to me already. Next step, let's adjust the colors of the walls and columns so they pop better against the background. Totally depends on your style and the look you're going for. Start with the walls layer. Double-click on the empty space to the right of the layer name. This opens up the layer style panel. Choose color, overlay. I think white looks fine, but let me try a yellow. Yeah. Yellow actually works better here. Now, do the same thing for the columns layer. You can even change the plan layer color too. Again, just double-click the layer and try white. Looks nice and clean. Maybe we can make the texture just a little darker again to help the plan stand out more. Just tweak the levels again. Boom, much better. Next step. If you're done editing the wall and column layers and want to keep them safe, you can convert them to a smart object, but be careful. I accidentally did that just now, and it caused some line detail to disappear. So maybe let's skip that for now. Instead, here's what I'll do. Select all your wall and column layers, group them, then press Ctrl+J to make a copy of the group. Now, the plan looks bolder and stands out better. Let me repeat. I selected the wall and column layers, grouped them, duplicated the group. You can even duplicate it multiple times. I just made 3 copies, looks great. Next step, super easy. Let's start adding text and extra objects. In the AutoCAD file I used, there were already trees, but let's say you want to add your own people or change those trees. Totally up to you. I choose one from the ready-made vectors. I press Ctrl+C, come into Photoshop, then Ctrl+V to paste them in. Let's say I drop this tree right here. If you don't like the color, just double-click the layer, choose Color Overlay, and set it to white. Done. I make a copy of it and bring in another tree. Same process. Select the new tree, Ctrl+C, jump back, Ctrl+V. And again, you can change the color with Color Overlay to white if needed. Let me show you a quick pro tip. If a layer already has an effect on it, just Alt+ drag the effect from that layer to the one below it. Super quick way to copy styles. Next up, let's bring in a few human figures to add life to the plan. Select both, press Ctrl+C, go back in, Ctrl+V, place them in the layout. And use the same trick, drag the effect layer from one to another. Final step, adding text. Use the text tool to add names or notes to your plan. Click anywhere on the canvas and start typing, maybe right here. Use one of Photoshop's built-in text styles or customize your own. Change the color to white for better visibility. Text size 5 is probably too small. Try something like 15px minimum so it's legible. Once your text is done, get creative. Take a circle shape, place it next to your text to highlight it. On your keyboard to adjust the anchor points if needed, and fill it with white to draw attention. You can also hit P for the pen tool and draw in little accents. Use a white stroke to keep it light and clean. Label different areas of your plan with their room names. Repeat the process wherever you like. To enhance the visual even more, try adding ellipse shapes at the beginning and end of each text section. At the top of your layout, you could also place a brief project, summary, or title. To wrap things up, press C to crop, adjust the frame, so the whole plan is neatly contained. And that's it. Of course, feel free to add anything else you want, make it yours. I hope you really enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, I'd love your support with a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.